It's 11:30 at night. You have an exam tomorrow, but instead of looking at the stack of notes on your desk, you are staring at a glowing rectangle, letting an algorithm feed you short videos until your eyes sting. When you finally put the phone down, a familiar internal dialogue starts. You assume you lack discipline or that you are prone to procrastination, traits that feel like permanent flaws in your character. Your brain is actually executing a millions of years old program designed to optimize for survival. It aggressively seeks the highest possible reward for the absolute lowest amount of effort. This visualization shows the scale of the problem. Compare the instant, massive dopamine spike triggered by digital media to the chemical response of reading a textbook. Social media offers continuous novelty for almost zero caloric output. Studying requires intense focus for a delayed payoff. Your brain constantly compares every available option. When it measures the massive hit of a phone screen against a chapter on macroeconomics, it calculates the textbook as a waste of energy. The chemical reward for studying drops to zero, and your system screams at you to go back to the higher yield activity. That paralyzing resistance you feel when you sit down at your desk is the physiological result of a hijacked dopamine baseline. To fix this, we have to look at how the brain actually works. Dopamine is a chemical of anticipation and reward prediction. It's what drives you to seek things out, not just enjoy them. Right now, your brain's prediction engine calculates that academic work yields zero physiological payoff. Changing that calculation requires a protocol called dopamine loading. Phase 1 is deprivation. Before you open a single book, you sit through 30 minutes of absolute silence. No phone, no music, no talking. You stare out a window or go for a slow walk without any digital devices. This chart tracks the effect of that silence. As your hyper-elevated baseline declines, you'll feel intense psychological agitation. That discomfort is your dopamine levels resetting. This chemical deficit starves your system, making your brain hungry for any stimulation, no matter how small. Embracing the intense friction of forced boredom is the biological prerequisite for unlocking motivation. Once the baseline is lowered, you move to phase 2, priming. Spend exactly 2 minutes visualizing a successful study block. Picture yourself grasping the concepts and fully finishing the session. Because dopamine is tied to reward prediction, this simple visualization tricks your starved brain into releasing the chemical before the work begins. It anticipates that a reward is coming. Then you enter phase 3, amplification. This is a rigid cycle of 25 minutes of deep focus, followed by a 5-minute break. The rule for the break is absolute: zero screen time. You drink water mindfully. You do a stretch or walk around the room. You keep the stimulation low and physical. This flowchart illustrates what happens during those 5 minutes. The low stimulation break acts as a manual reward injection. It confirms to your prediction engine that the friction of studying actually pays off. With every block, that cycle of reinforcement thickens and strengthens. These manual overrides successfully hack your anticipation engine, permanently linking the effort of studying directly to biological satisfaction. The first 3 days of this protocol will be the hardest. Your brain will violently protest the loss of its easy digital rewards. It will push you to go back to what's easy. This transitional phase is fragile. A single hours-long social media binge on day 2 will instantly obliterate the progress your receptors have made. But around day 4 or 5, the biological shift takes hold. Studying stops being something you have to dread. Grasping a complex concept or solving a difficult problem suddenly triggers a genuine physical rush. The challenge itself becomes the source of the reward. Exhausting your willpower is no longer necessary because your brain has rediscovered how to find satisfaction in the effort of learning. The dopamine needed to finish your work was always present. It simply required intentional redirection away from cheap inputs and toward the tasks you actually want to complete. By surviving the initial deprivation, you align biology with your goals, turning your focus toward the work that actually matters.